Kristy Mazurek.
And I'm Michael Caputo.
Moving right along from our round table, we have newly elected Erie County Comptroller, Stefan Mychajliw, former co-host of Two Sides.
Crushed his opponent. Absolutely crushed his
Well, that was an odd election. That was an odd...
I'm glad it's over.
Well, you hear that? Kristy Mazurek said that was an odd election. Amazing. Alert the media.
Because I didn't know. Yeah. So moving right along, I know that you've got to continue to dig your heels in. I know that Elfrida, our former esteemed comptroller, gave you some helpful hints, Stefan. And I know that you and Chris Jacobs have been looking and mining the cents, dollars and cents of the county. This budget is proposed. What do you foresee being the major money issues in 2014?
We have a lot of concerns about the proposed 2014 budget. The biggest one, we want the county executive to listen to his own budget director. His own budget director last year called kicking the can on pension payments, basically forcing taxpayers 10 years from now to pay our pension bills right now. He said it was a bad decision with no benefit. I think the county executive's budget director is right on the money. It's a smoke and mirror, one-shot gimmick that's used to balance the budget. Now, we had a county executive many, many years ago that basically held the line on taxes, increased spending, and used one-shot revenues and gimmicks to balance the budget. That did not work out well for Erie County, so our concern is that we go down that very dark road again. We do not want to go down that dark road again, as we did many years before.
Yes, he had an R after his name, but some would say, you know, Mr. Pollenkars is the former comptroller, so he has to know the financial forecast.
His own budget director called it a very bad decision, kicking the can on pension payments. It'll cost taxpayers an additional $2.4 million in unnecessary interest payments. Think of it as a mortgage. Basically, what the county executive wants to do is take a pension obligation, a bill that's due right now, and spread it out over 10 years. So taxpayers in 2024 might be on the hook for a pension bill that we should be paying right now. Well, we think the county executive is basically sticking his finger in the dam, and eventually it's going to break.
Or he's going to run out of fingers, one of the two.
But I don't want it to come in as a cost, you know, to arts and culturals and things of that nature, like another county executive.
Well, really, actually, though,
also with an R after his name.
Stefan, so if we're not going to allow them to kick this can down the road because we think that road's going to end at some point, we're going to have to pay it all. If we don't want them to kick a can down the road, you're talking about having to cut the budget, right?
That's up to the legislature and the county executive. They're the policy-making entities in county government. There's a lot of additional spending in the county executive's budget. He put in a patronage position to basically look for energy efficiencies. We would argue that you already have someone to do that. It's called your Commissioner of Public Works. The Buffalo Niagara Enterprise already goes up to Toronto, and they have a representative who's working hard on our behalf and taxpayers. But there's a patronage position added to the budget in that respect. So we feel as though the legislature, they're the policy-making entity now. The county executive listed his priorities. Now it's up to the legislature to list theirs, whether or not they're going to cut a lot of the patronage positions that were added to the budget, and a lot of additional spending that was added to the proposed 2014 budget.
Your Republican colleague, though, is using the term compromise and cooperation. Now, will you?
Well, there was a people's mandate this past election. Legislators and yours truly, we ran on a platform of fighting the county executive on his proposed property tax increase many years ago, and the fact that we need checks and balances in county government. I think Mr. Rath is absolutely correct. I'm willing to work with Democrats, Republicans, anyone that wants to turn Erie County into a model of fiscal discipline. That's what taxpayers hired me to do. I'm not a Republican comptroller. I'm the people's comptroller. I'm the comptroller for Republicans, Democrats, all political parties. And I think we all need to be on the same page about holding politicians in power accountable and serving taxpayers.
Kumbaya.
I need a tissue.
Kumbaya.
That is very touching.
I'm so glad you guys are back.
Thanks. Erie County Comptroller Stefan Mychajliw, thanks for stopping by.
You got it.
We have